Okay, today is Monday, October 19th. This is Cadd 214 MEP. Today we'll be going over information for Mod 7 and wrapping up electrical plans today. And we will be starting on plumbing plans on Wednesday. So today what we have for classes, I just want to point out a couple of things on a couple of projects that I've noticed. For the most part, everybody did a really nice job with laying out their electrical plans. There's a couple of things I just wanted to kind of go over with you. And a couple of people who you will find that either you've, I should have written that up on your project information in Canvas. If I hadn't had a chance to yet, I will be. And that'll just be a couple of things to tweak on your drawings. The main thing that I noticed that people were having some issues with, well, not issues, but one of the things that we just want to correct. I think I've got a few open here. Let me see if I can find the one. This one, for instance. A couple of things on here, and a couple of things I noticed that were very similar to this project as on other projects. On this particular room here, we don't want to do 3 lights. We would want to at least round this up to at least 4. You want to stay away from odd numbered lighting. Just because of the uneven distribution of the lights. Say, for instance, in this room, you're going to have a dark area over here, and you'll have a dark area over here. So in this particular project, what I would recommend is if you're going to be using, if your calculations came up and you have 3 lights in here, remember I would round up to even lights, and I would put 4, at least 4 in here. I'd rotate these lights so they're going vertically, and I'd probably put 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'd reorient these lights here. This one's also probably a little sparse. The calculation should have come up to at least recommend 3 lights. What I would do here is I would add 2 more, and if I were going to just use the 2 lights, I would bring these over and into a little bit closer into this space. Also, I'd take these lights. Remember, highlight one, you can click on the rotate tool and then rotate it this way. And then I just move that so it's balanced like that. I do the same with that and have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the same with this one. The orientation of these lights are okay, but I'd move them closer in towards the center because there's going to be these walls are going to be washed out with that light, or you're going to possibly have a darker area in the middle. So we want to think about that even distribution of light at that point. So we just kind of move these over just a little bit. And you would have an electrician, a person that's familiar with lighting, review these, and this would be something that you would probably get a red line back. They would just highlight them on the drawing and kind of send them back to you. Also, these don't necessarily, we wouldn't want to put diagonal lighting on here. Same thing on here. I would take these and rotate them and have them evenly distributed. So do like that, and have this closer to the center of the room, and do the same with this one, and just rotate that. And there you've got a little bit better even distribution of the light. Make sure that you check those location lines so the lines are even and they're evenly distributed. So do the same thing with this one, rotate that so it's similar to this. And then this one, I'd make sure that this light is on the same plane as this one. There you've got 3 in a row. I'll pull this over as well. And this light over here, even though I did say that you want to do mostly even distribution of light, even number of lights, since this is a kind of an odd shaped room and it has like, it could have a dark patch over here, the use of this light in this space would be appropriate. I would just move it over just a tad. A little bit further away from the wall. So slight adjustments in this room. I'd keep these similar to this one right here, and then I'd add, at least you could add just 2 more lights in this room. Probably put one here, and you could still use this light over here, similar to the use of this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe scoot this one over a little bit more, and then at least rotate these and make sure they're all always on the same plane. It's just some quick pointers. Same with this drawing here. We don't want to do 5. I would round these up to 6 and then have them stacked. Very similar to the distribution of these lights. So small tweaks on a couple of people's drawings. Same here, there's 5 here. Round that up to 6 and kind of distribute that. This tiny little room has way too many lights. The calculation should not have come out for 5 lights in this room. This room is very similar to this room over here. Why is this giving me a problem? Come on, open up. There we go. Here, so much like this room only has 2 lights. This room is going to be washed out and five lights with this one. So I check your calculations for this room right here and at least just do 2 here. These look good. So yeah, think about the distribution of light, how these lights work. This is definitely something that would come back as just a red line for you to correct. Move this further away from the wall. But besides that, everything does look really good on that. So that's just some general pointers. Go back to your drawings and make sure that you your drawings are following those instructions. And those are the only real tweaks I saw on all of your models. So besides that, everything looked really good. But make sure that you go back and fix those, please. So the only new thing that we want to go over today is how we want to put these on a sheet. This is going to be some repeat information for those of you who are in CAD 212, but we want to make sure that we put these plans on a sheet and submit those as a print PDF. So you will tweak your drawing for this assignment, make sure that all the lights are distributed correctly, and then we're going to go ahead and submit 2 floor plans for class, and we'll do those as a PDF. That'll be it that'll wrap up this project, and then once again on Wednesday we will start plumbing. Any questions before I go into the sheet information today? Any questions about anybody having any issues with laying out their electrical plans?
I have one issue.
Mm-hmm.
I start working on ceiling electric when I put the lighting, but when I try to make him like one sheet with the outlet, the wiring is disappear.
Yeah, we had mentioned at the end of last class, and it is a little bit confusing, so don't worry about that. That's why some people will have 2 sheets. Universally, we'd like to have everything on 1 sheet, much like this one is done here. But if we jump down, say, to this this person's ceiling plan, if you did the wiring on the ceiling plan level, which makes sense that you would do, it does not replicate the wiring to the actual floor plan itself. So we would just do 2 sheets where you'll have one that's just outlets and one that actually does show the ceiling plan wiring, or which is recommended to go back and redo your wiring in your floor plan lighting sheet.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, we had caught that last time and it was just, it was set at the end of class, but yeah, for some reason, the wiring doesn't cross from the two different floor plans. I'm not sure why. I haven't figured that out, but just for the sake of this class, we're going to go ahead and have our wiring and everything else listed within our floor plan lighting instead of ceiling plan, much like this is right here. So that's it. Any other questions? Okay, let's go ahead and jump into today's lesson. All right, so we want to put these guys on sheets. For those of y'all that this is new to, what we want to do is we want to go to our project browser in the lower left-hand corner. We're going to scroll down to sheet. We're going to right-click, and we're going to go to new sheet. When you go to new sheet, the only thing that's already preloaded in here is this size right here. We're actually going to use the 11 by 17, so you're going to go to load. And you're going to scroll down to title blocks. And we're going to use the B 11 by 17 horizontal. Double click on that. And once you have that loaded, you only have to load it once. It'll stay loaded. So you can just go ahead and use this sheet, and then you're going to hit OK. That sheet's going to populate and look like this. On the sheet itself, we need to correct and change a little bit of information. For owner, you can double click on that space. Elgato. For project, we're going to call this electrical plan. We're going to change this from an A101. The A stands for architectural. We're going to change this to electrical 101. So it's an E101. Your project number is going to be CAD 212. CAD 214. Issue date will be the date that it's due, which is the 21st. Drawn by your initials, checked by my initials. You can just put your initials there. Scale will come in once we finish that, and then for the name, we'll get that once we put the sheet in as well. So for most plans, we should be having this electrical plan. Everything should be on this plan right here. See how we have the outlets set, we have the lighting, and we have the wiring. Everything should be on one sheet. If you have everything on one sheet, when we do that and we go back to our sheets, we'll just call this universal. With this sheet still open and active, we're going to go back to our project browser, back to floor plans, lighting 1. Oh, I do need to change that to first floor. Click, hold, drag, let go, and it will bring that in like that. And then you're just going to click that into place there. It's actually turned out pretty good. Almost centered. And then you'll notice when I drop that in, it's automatically going to include the scale. And then on the drawing tag, that information is filled out as well. But you'll notice that the drawing tag is all the way down here at the bottom. The drawing tag is a little weird as far as how we place it. You'll notice that I do have this view box around my floor plan right now. This means that this is active. When this viewport is active, we can change the size of this drawing tag. So you'll notice that nodes that are on here. So we're going to grab one of these nodes and just pull it back and put that into place like that. And then when we click off of it, you'll see that those nodes are gone and this view screen is no longer active. When it is not active, that's when I can move the location of this drawing tag. So I'm going to click on the drawing tag, make it active, and I'm going to drag it and put it right up here. It'll always go under the lower left-hand corner of the drawing, not over here, not in the center, but lower left-hand corner at this point. So that's for this class and the other class. So at this time we have our sheet. I'm going to go back into here and change this to electrical plan 1. That way it'll make it'll show the difference between electrical plan 2. So let's do that again for the second floor. So I'm going to go back to my sheets, right click, new sheet. I'm going to use the same thing, 11 by 17 horizontal. Here's my new sheet. Some of the information you'll notice did carry over. This will be E102, electrical 102, the second of our electrical sheets. I'm going to change checker back to my name. This is going to be I'm going to put first and second floor. It makes more sense. Universal electric plan, second floor, E102. With that sheet active, I go back to my project browser. Under floor plans for 2, I'm going to click and hold and drag and drop and drag again. Drop that into place. That viewport's still active, so I can shrink the size of this drawing tag. I'm going to click outside of the viewport. Now I can move the drawing tag. Lower left-hand corner. On here, you'll see that the scale did show up. And then we've got something that looks really nice. Also, you want to make sure that if you ever are putting in these, putting these guys on a sheet and these elevation markers show up on the sheet, we do not want those to show up on the sheet. How we can correct that is we'll go ahead and jump back into our lighting floor plan. We'll go ahead and, whoops, highlight that. And just drag it straight back. Don't drag it over here, it'll mess up all your elevations. Just bring it straight back off of there. That when you go back into your sheet, notice how it's pulled back a little bit more. Once we have our sheets done, there's only 2 sheets that you'll have to make. If for some reason your wiring doesn't show up on your first floor, you'll have a sheet plan that will say electrical outlets, and then you'll have another one that says lighting. This one's universal because it does have the outlets and the lighting all in one. I'd recommend just doing that because either way it's going to be double work. Just go back to your floor plans and add your wiring there. So we need to make these a PDF. So in order to do that, we do print to PDF. So to do that, we're going to go to File, Print, Print, and in this box, or it says printer name, you're going to use Microsoft Print to PDF. That you'll notice that there also is an Adobe, but I find that the Microsoft Print to PDF works much better. You can go ahead and just hit OK. Oh, I forgot to select the View Current window. That would help. Here's, you can also select here. I can do both of those sheets at the same time, sheet 1 and 2. Hit OK. Yes. OK. And then we'll go ahead and hit OK again. Yes, I wish to continue. It's going to ask you where you want it saved. Hit save. Once that's finished, we can go back and take a look at it. Here's our 2 plans. And this is would be what you would add, you would upload to Canvas for your assignment. You'll notice that this person does have their floor plan pattern on. You can turn that off. That's recommended to turn off because it does look really busy. Let's see what the difference is for that. Whoops. So remember with this, we'll go back into our floor plan. You're going to type VB for visibility graphics. You're going to scroll down to floors. You're going to hit OK. And that takes that floor plan away. It just makes it a lot cleaner. For lighting for the second floor, we have a different pattern because a different floor pattern, but we want to do the same here. We're going to type VB for visibility graphics. Unclick floors, hit OK, and that turns that floor pattern off. So now when we go back into our sheets, we have a much cleaner looking sheet. We'll go ahead and do another print PDF on here as well, just to see the difference. So I'm going to go to File, Print, Print, print PDF. This time I'm just going to do the current window, which will be that one there. Hit OK. Save. Go to where I saved it. Hopefully I saved it in the right place. So here we have the one with the floor plan pattern turned off.
Would you poche the walls too?
On this one, I'm not going to. Don't want the walls to be the main point of focus. I want the electrical to be the main point of focus. Notice how the walls are kind of grayed out and everything else is gray, and this is more of that darker black font. Or we want to keep it so that the electrical pattern is what shows it really pops. And that's why we want to take away a lot of that floor pattern too. So you can see just how much cleaner it looks just by turning off that floor plan, that floor pattern. From here where it looks really busy to here where we have more of that electrical just popping on here. So yeah, you can just leave this pattern of the wall as is. All right, so that's pretty much it for today's class. The mod should be live now. If it's not, I'll go ahead and make it live and I'll get this recording up as soon as possible. But the only thing I'd like everybody to do is adjust the issues that you have within your flooring, within your lighting plan, and then go ahead and upload those as PDFs, and I can check those. So that's it for today, unless there's any other questions, and then I will just see y'all Wednesday to start plumbing. All right, so yeah, that's it, guys. Once again, any questions, let me know, or you can always shoot me a text. I'm happy to help you out. But just tweak those things, and I'll see y'all Wednesday. Thanks, y'all.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
You said we could turn from the last class. You